I understand the concept. I'm particularly inflicted in the area of finances and creativity, if you have anything
I
to
am
share.
particularly inflicted. Notice the negative definition.
Feels that way.
I know, and what did I say about feeling?
That I need to know why I feel it and get rid of the
You
programming.
need to understand the definition that generates the feeling. I understand it feels that way. I'm telling you why it feels that way. Things don't just automatically feel a certain way. They only feel the way they do because you're defining them that way. So if you don't prefer the feeling of that limitation or that quote-unquote infliction, don't define the circumstance as an infliction. Do you understand?
Yes.
When you use the ideas of negativity, problems, obstacles, limitations, that's what you're going to get. But if you say, all right, here's a situation. It's neutral. It has no meaning, no power over me, nothing. It's a challenge. That's fine. Of course you will have challenges. If you don't have challenges and positive forms of resistance, you don't grow. So the idea is to look at this in a positive way. Oh, there's a situation here where this particular thing is not manifesting. And that's a challenge. How exciting that I am presented with this challenge, because now it's an opportunity to face this challenge in a positive way and expand my understanding and relationship to the idea of abundance and creativity. That's the response that will allow you to have a positive experience in that situation. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But if you sit there and go, well, I'm so limited, I'm so inflicted, I just can't do anything, how can you expect any other kind of an experience other than one that carries infliction, limitation, and lack of creativity? Now, please do understand again that when we talk about the idea of watching your definitions and clarifying your definitions, you really have to be very, very precise. I have now at this point, up to this moment in the dialogue, used very colloquial terms so that you will understand what we are saying. But many of the ways that we actually said things are not as precise as they could be. Here's how to take it even further. When you say things like, oh, I'm experiencing a lack of abundance, a lack of finance, a lack of creativity, that's not possible. There is no such thing as a lack of trust, a lack of abundance, a lack of creativity, a lack of confidence. There is no such thing. There is, however, an absolute trust in lack, an abundance of lack. You see where we're going? It's not that you lack abundance, it's that you have an abundance of lack because of your belief system. It's not that you lack creativity, it's that you're using your creativity to make it seem like you're not creative, but that's a very creative thing to do. It's analogous to when people on your planet say, well, we only use 10% of our brains. Nonsense! You're using 100% of your brain to make it seem like you're using 10%. That's the difference. And when you start to have more precise definitions about these things in the way we have just described, you will see then that you don't have to struggle and suffer so much, because it's not like you have to learn how to trust. It's not like you have to learn to be abundant. It's not like you have to learn to be creative. You just have to use your trust, your abundance, and your creativity in the direction you prefer instead of in the direction that you don't. It's that simple. You don't have to learn these things. They're automatic. You always trust something to be true. If you didn't, you would have no experience at all. You understand?
Yes.
So, let go of the idea that you are not creative and not abundant, and watch your definitions, because again, I understand what you mean on your planet when you say that there is not necessarily the finance there, but the idea is don't just limit it to the concept of money. Money is all well and good as a symbol of abundance on your planet, but it's not the only one. If someone were to come along and give you a gift, would you turn it down because you didn't, in that sense, pay for it?
No.
Well, that's a form of abundance, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, then why insist on only one form of abundance being necessary to accomplish something when other forms of abundance might actually help you get there quicker? Why shut the door to all other ways abundance could come and all other forms in which it could come by insisting that only one way is valid, as your society has taught you? Do you want to really limit your abundance?
No.
Then don't focus on it being only money. Open up to all forms of abundance, and where money is necessary, money will flow. But where other forms of abundance may actually be the path of least resistance, that's what will happen. But your insistence that it can only happen this way will close the door to you ever experiencing it coming through another doorway. Make sense?
Yes.
Is this helping you lighten up a bit?
Yes, very much. Thank
Please
you.
remember, all of you, the true path to enlightenment is to lighten up on yourselves
Yes.
first. You understand?
Yes.
Is this helping you?
Yes.
Do you feel a little bit more abundant, a little bit more creative, a little bit more free to be who you choose to be?
Yes.
Do you feel you can let go of baggage that you don't need to carry around anymore?
Yes.
All right, well, thank you for choosing that. And remember, you are choosing that. It has nothing to do with the fact that we've said it to you. It has everything to do with the fact that you've said it to yourself and that you choose to buy into that instead of something that's out of alignment with the vibration you know is true for you. Make sense?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.